welcome back to another morning show. I'm going to have to start recording like sometime other in the morning and when I'm driving. It's just not the only time that I go on a nice, decent drive. Today the subject is going to be about worms in the brain. Ooh, good sci-fi topic. I actually, oh my God, that person's driving like a crazy person. If you can't hear the wind, the wind is ripping today too, so this might be an interesting drive. All right, so we've actually kind of talked about this subject before on this channel when Kevin and I did the recordings. If you're new here, bigbrainuniversity.com, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's not like really that deep that you have to go searching to find the subject of there being either computer chips being implanted in people's brains through their eyes, or whether it's a slug going through their eye, or whatever it is. There is information on the internet that you can find that you'll find a whole list of celebrities with black eyes, and the theory around this, one of them is that there's something being put in their brain behind their eyeball or whatever it is, and that's where it goes in. And so that's the theory out there. Now, I've heard, I haven't watched Star Trek like every episode, right? But I've heard that this theory, this concept is present in some Star Trek episodes, and also, yeah, some Star Trek, blah, blah, blah. I haven't seen Star Trek. So, how I came across this subject, again, I got to premise a little bit here, is I was probably like 10 years old, maybe like 7th grade. Can't remember exactly when it was, but I was reading a book series called Animorphs. It's Animorphs. Animorphs, like animal and morphing into them. And the book series was actually really interesting. It had a plot that was like really fucking interesting. What happened was, I couldn't keep reading them because one of my English teachers was like, well, these are just kids' books. You can't read this and do a book report on it. This is a kid's book. Okay, well, that turned me off from that teacher from the get-go. And these books, while they were aimed at a children audience, like they were advertised in the children's like book magazines that you could order from the school. You get them from the school, and then you take them home, and your parents would order something, right? A lot of times they'd come with a toy or some shit. So I had convinced mine to get these, so they had been buying them for me, and what ends up happening, long story short, I couldn't finish reading them. And years later, like now, just a couple days ago, I found this video on the internet that's like a 3 to 4 hour long video. It's called Animorphs, What You Did Not Know You Slept On. Something to that effect. It's on YouTube. And it's actually a great presentation where it's one guy presenting this book report, this full series book report, right, to his friends. And his friends, they must all be like well into sci-fi stuff, because they're like interactive the whole time, asking questions. So the conversation is actually really entertaining and fantastic, even if you haven't read the books. It's actually like he does a great job of summarizing it within 4 hours too. So really kudos to them. Hats off. Go check out their video if you got 4 hours. It didn't take me that long, like 2 days. mostly because I kind of wanted to savor it too. It's like, I'd rather this be longer. Like, please make this a 9-hour presentation. Like, oh my God, it's so good. One of the main premises in this book series is that there is an invading alien species on Earth that is in the form of a worm. A little worm thing. Doesn't have eyes, not much of a body. Can't walk around and shit. But it's actually intelligent. And what it can do is it can go through the ear canal of humans and other species if they're big enough, if they're able to like fit their worm around the host brain, right? Then they can control the person, the thing, the animal that they have climbed in, that they have control of their brain, right? And while that's happening, the person is not gone or dead. They're there in their thoughts and feelings, and right, and they can't control their actions. So it's like they're kind of like a prisoner in their own body. So that's kind of the premise of this book. And there's like, there's another alien species. I'm not going to get in, it's not one book, it's a whole book series, right? I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of that, but the important kind of thing here is it's like that theme, right, that I read about when I was like 9 years old. The entire premise is like repeated in a lot of other patterns and like what you would say truther circles, or just you can just research conspiracies on the internet. This is one that keeps coming up. It's like fucking satanic pedophiles have taken over part of the fucking world here, and that's why we see all this goddamn conflict and suffering and all this shit, right? It's a major fucking premise, okay? And about those people who are into that shit, part of it is, well, they get these fucking black eyes, and it's like maybe they're being infested with something. Maybe they are a host to like some fucking worm or some shit. Or, the whole Elon Musk thing, like their computer chips being put back there. So it's like Terminator, like they're cyborg type shit. Or they're clones and they're just like implant, the whole story about clones being dead and then their consciousness being transferred. Well, that story also makes sense in that maybe it's just a fucking worm going into a different clone body. So of course their consciousness is transferred, and then they sci-fi you with, oh, we transferred your consciousness to a computer chip made of silicone and then implanted it in you and like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So you get all the fucking movies, all the spin-offs of like this concept, right? And then just a tiddlywink about the books themselves. Like, there is so much war and suffering and like dismembering, like gruesome details about fucking like being shredded to pieces and ripped apart by an animal and like morphing out of it and like it's like fucking gruesome war shit, like heavy war sorrow, like heavy emotions, like some of the darkest, deepest shit that you really are even exposed to as like a person. And it's like these books are aimed at fucking 9-year-olds again. So it's like, where did they get the concepts for these books? And like the author's just like, I just wanted to talk about animals to kids in a unique way. It's like, okay, like you scarred all of them for life. Like these, and now it's like, now I even researched the internet. This video that I referenced to you was done like 5 years ago in like 2020. So it's like this is recently people are talking about this book series because it's actually so good and how adult it is. Like, even though the books are easy to read, like there's not hard words and shit, it's like I said, these are really heavy, like hard to process thoughts for fucking 9-year-olds, for kids. And this goddamn English teacher who was like, these books are for kids. What did that English teacher do? Caught you, bitch. You fucking judged a book by its cover, didn't ya? That's what you did. So I never got to finish the book series because this fucking bitch was like, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. I have to interject into your life and say something I know fucking nothing about. Nuh-uh, child who's trying to develop their mind. Fuck, lady, I wanted to know what fucking happened. There were intense lessons to learn in that fucking thing. That's why I'm like pissed off about it. There were intense lessons to be learned. And it took me a long time to fucking find those. I even had to read, like, if you read the intro, not just the intro, but like the first fucking chapter of the book, the Bhagavad Gita, heavy fucking intro where it's like they're at this guy like going into war against his fucking like friends and family in another side of the war, and he's like standing there realizing all these people are gonna fucking die, all these bad things are gonna happen, and I can stop it right now. And he has this moment of reflection with God, and it's like they choose to not fight because they just don't want all the hardships of war. I had to wait until I was an adult and had to like go through all these fucking unnecessary avenues to look for this fucking truth that I was looking for, that I could have found in the book series that this bitch fucking cut me off from. That was so many fucking times in my life. Teachers have cut me off and been like, nuh-uh, I know better for you. You can't read these books because you're not smart enough. They're too hard for you. Even though I had already snuck in there and read them. They weren't fucking hard. They were easy and they were fucking dumb. The only reason the bitch wanted to fucking withhold them from me, because she had a little precious student who was her pet. And he was smartest kid in class. And here I was, not from the area. She didn't want me to be smarter than him. Oh, fuck that. Fuck this kid, right? Step on him. Toss him out. Get him out. Get him out. So I actually ended up transferring schools because of that shit, actually. Like I told my mom, she's like, fuck that bitch. We gone. So then the next school, there's another bitch who had it out for me. Fuck this kid. My girl's smarter than him. She had a fucking daughter who was like, 1 year older than me? Oh, I couldn't be smarter than those kids. She had another fucking teacher's pet girl in the class. Oh, I can't be smarter than her. Nope. Can't do book report on fucking Animorph books. Fuck you, lady. That's what I have to say to you in that message. That shit pissed me off because I was looking for those truths, man. It was deeper than about fucking reading a child's book that was just entertainment about animals. It wasn't some sci-fi fucking retard shit. There were heavy truths that have been echoed through all other fucking subject areas that you can see if you go research through all the information on the internet. These teachers haven't read. They aren't well read. So why the fuck are they even teaching children? Fuck, shit, that pisses me off, man. And it gets me to the subject that I want to get in on. I got to get closed here sometime soon because we're in town and I don't even want to be really reminiscing about all that fucking angst that I have about not being able to finish the book series, just being cut off, then having to learn about it. Thank God other people were like, oh shit, this book series is fucking intense. And they finished it and took it seriously and then went back and like lived their fucking dream of being able to tell their friends about this insane fucking book series that you spent years of your life reading. It's like one of the most satisfying, grounding things to release all of that energy and have other people like commune with it, basically. So all of that. Look at what we're seeing in the news and shit. It's like, it's even conversations with my colleagues. It's like, what in the fuck are these people thinking? Right? It's like they either have no fucking brain or they are like an evil fucking terrorist piece of shit. So, do they have brain worms? Can we actually introduce that into the actual conversation? Like, Are there actual fucking brainworms here that are invading, like, that are terrorizing us? And maybe it's almost just like in the book where it's like, well, then why haven't they infested everybody? Well, maybe because there aren't really that many of them. You know, maybe there's a lot more fucking humans than there are brainworms. So they just have to, like, get in their little fucking areas of manipulation, right? And then they try to fucking control the rest of us and farm us for our fucking energy so they can use us as fucking hosts whenever they want, right? Or whenever, you know, I'm sure there's fucking more layers going on and intricacies to it. But it's like, look at fucking life in society right now. Like, that book series as a 9-year-old would have prepared me more for, like, the harshness and realities of life than anything in that fucking school ever taught me. Anything! Even my extended fucking education in information security. Like, the education in information security should have came before I fucking read the books. So I was like, and went to school. So I knew how to guard my mind against what the teachers were trying to brainwash me into doing. I would have looked at them and I've been like, you want me to fucking follow all this shit for fucking... I would have said no. Y'all are nuts. I'll go read the books on my own because I can read them a hell of a lot faster than you all and process them for what's going on here. That's what I'll do. And I would have never went to that fucking school. I'd have been smarter than everybody by the time I was fucking 12. No problem. Because I would have never been slowed down. All of my curious energy would have been fueled into where I wanted to go with it. And had the information been available, I would have been able to do whatever I wanted. How many other kids out there are just like that? They get fucking stomped out in the education system. Why? Because there's probably a bunch of brainworms in these fuckers' heads. All right. Fuck yes. Man, that is a fun conversation. When it's like, look at the fucking reality. Look at what we've done at BigBrainUniversity.com. Go through all those lessons and then go read the Animorphs fucking series and then be like, yeah, actually, there's something going on there. Listen, the name of the author, her name was Applegate. Anybody who fucking knows anything about truthing and seeking by now, that name should ring the fucking bell. Look at the goddamn Apple logo. There's a bite out of the apple related to the Bible. What's the whole fucking forbidden fruit? Her name is Applegate. What? What's the Watergate? That's the same fucking Applegate. Oh, come on. It's like a fucking code name. And then get this. She didn't even write all the books. All she did was approve them. The idea, right? She'd give them an outline and then she'd have someone else go write them. They call it ghostwriting. How many times have we seen, has the public been like, oh my God, that author is so incredible. And it's really like, it's not even their writing. Like, it's just, we could go into like how the illusion actually is pulled off. But a lot of it is probably like that. Ghostwriting, like all this little trickery shit. What's going on here? Do I got to get around this guy or is it just a slow dump truck? Like literally a slow dump truck. That's not a metaphor for a dumb fuck driving. Because sometimes you just call it, God, that fucker's driving like a dump truck. Slow ass. I'm just going to let him go, though, because I'm not in a hurry. So, yeah, isn't that a fucking fun-ass topic? It's like how to... Oh, my God. It was incredible. It really took me as a blast through my past, and I'm glad I got to fucking blast on that teacher. Because that pissed me off fucking royally at the time, too. And now that it's like, all that angst and energy from that moment is now like fucking karmically released, where it's like, no, bitch, you fucking did me up. You did me wrong. You did me a bad fucking wrong, too. Like, bad teacher. Bad! Leave them fucking kids alone. For real, dude. Get them the fuck out of those schools. God damn, those places are fucking terrible. All right, I should probably end the rant on that. The title on this one might be kind of fun. We'll see what I end up doing with it. But anyway, y'all, hope y'all are like taking care of yourselves. Be careful out there. There might be brain worms in people's fucking brains, like for real. Some shit like that going on. Keep that in mind. Keep your head on a swivel. And all right, we'll see you later.